our 2 Cents Sports Show.
Yo, it's Mr. Howse.
What's good? It's your boy C Woods.
And your girl Cheeks.
And this is our 2 Cents. What's up, y'all?
What's good, man?
Woo, I still brought it. What's up, Cheeks?
What's up?
Cheeks! How you living?
I'm good.
You good?
Yup.
You look like you need a pillow.
Probably do.
Woods, how you living?
I'm good, man.
You need a pillow too?
No, I don't.
You good?
No, sir.
Yeah, you asleep.
What happened when you sleep in?
You asleep yesterday in the daytime. Hey, well there it is, man. Let's get right into it. So, generally we start off with our NFL recap, but we're gonna recap the NFL in a different way today. Brett Favre is somebody that has not been talked about enough, but Brett Favre stole, whatever you want to call it, $5 million from Mississippi's welfare fund to build a volleyball stadium for his daughter at the University of Southern Mississippi, in cahoots with potentially the ex-governor of Mississippi and some other people that control those funds. So I feel like that's something that we have to talk about, man, because it's not being talked about that much and it's not being as publicized as, say, Michael Vick and dogs. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is way bigger than that. We're talking about stealing from poor communities. So Woods, I'm gonna start with you on this one, bro. Like, what are your thoughts? Any more details that you could provide? I know I'll bring some more details later, but is there anything, what are your thoughts, man, on this?
So Brett Favre, him doing this, if it's when more facts come out, if he actually did take from the welfare system to build a volleyball court, if that's true and the messages come out, I don't know what they can do. The NFL can't do anything. You can't take anything from him, but he might be, dare I say, subject to some kind of jail time, because that's federal, or he'd have to pay it back. But something has to be done.
All right.
Yeah.
Cheeks, what are your thoughts?
I mean, the whole thing, the situation with Wood says, I mean, it's just bad. I mean, at the end of the day, either he has to pay the money back or he's not gonna do jail time. But yeah, he needs to pay the money back. He has $5 million. He should have $5 million. But
Of course.
He needs to pay the money back. But he's not going to jail.
You don't think so?
He's not gonna do a fine.
Why don't you think that's a federal offense, I believe?
Because he's Brett Favre. And he's,
Wait, no. It's more than he's Brett Favre.
But I'm saying, he's a legend. He's white. You know.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so they have text messages of him saying, "There's no way that the media is going to find out that I'm doing this." And the lady, her name is Nancy News. She responded with, "No, there's no way that they could find out." So, I don't think it's a question of whether or not he did it. I think it's a question of his level of involvement and how he can be punished. Obviously, even the ex-governor alluded to not wanting to go to prison for whatever this is that they were doing. So they know that they can go to prison for this. So it's just amazing that Mississippi is the poorest state in the United States of America, and you're stealing $5 million from the poorest people in our country, man. Like, they talk about how patriotic people are. That has to be one of the most unpatriotic things I've ever heard of. You know what I'm saying? And it's just wild, man. Like how they even put this together. I just feel like it's just white privilege, man. That's just what it is. Like, you have $5 million. Why are you stealing from poor?
Or do a GoFundMe page.
Even doing that though, like.
I'd rather do a GoFundMe page
well, yeah, because that's
than
legal.
him stealing.
That's legal. You know what I'm saying? What they did was completely. That's like, who thinks of this?
Him?
No, not just him.
His whole family probably like it.
This is bred into the foundation of who we are as a country, right? I mean, take money from the poor and give it to the rich. And the rich, that's why the term is the rich just keep getting richer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. Well, first of all, I've never even heard of a volleyball stadium, dude. Never. I've never heard of a volleyball stadium. Have you?
No. They play on the basketball court.
Yeah.
Right. I've never heard of a volleyball having their own stadium. That's insane. Maybe like in the Olympics or something like that. But a volleyball stadium? Woods, go ahead, man.
No, you said it.
It's the privilege, and if he were African American, ESPN, Fox, all these people would be on it, and they'd be trying to crucify the former athlete. If it was Michael Irvin or if it was, who's a quarterback?
We see with the Celtics coach. That's a prime
Randall
example.
Cunningham, right? We're talking about retired though. Randall Cunningham or Warren Moon did this. Oh, he needs to go to jail. So it's a federal offense, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the laws behind it, but I think that is federal fraud.
For sure.
That's jail time. Even with cooperating witnesses, if you plead to it.
But the people that he did it with are now cooperating witnesses.
They ain't going to jail.
Or it's gonna be like those SC parents that took money
Oh, yeah.
and they always in jail for what, 60 days?
No, they didn't take money. They spent
stole-
money.
yeah,
Yeah,
they did something.
they snuck their kids
Yeah.
that couldn't get into the school.
It could be like that. They only got like 2 months.
He should pay it back, and he's got to do some time, though. I think he should do some time.
Brett Favre?
Yeah,
He ain't gonna do no time.
do a year.
Can he wear his Wrangler jeans in jail?
They probably can. They probably can now. Jail's different now. They styling in there.
Copper wrist brace.
He's gonna need it.
Man. Well, Cheeks, you kind of segued, man. So let's talk about it then. Let's talk about the Celtics coach Ime Udoka has officially been suspended for 1 year for conduct detrimental to the team. Apparently, it was leaked that he had a consensual relationship with a female staffer, maybe more than one female staffer. And as a result of that consensual relationship, he is now suspended for 1 full year. And there's no guarantee that they will bring him back after the year suspension. That they're going to revisit it after the year. Ime Udoka just took the Boston Celtics to the NBA Finals, 2 games away from winning the championship. Is now suspended for a year. Cheeks, I'm gonna let you lead off with this. What's your thoughts on how this happened, how this went down?
I don't know if this should even been leaked because it's not really, it's more of an inside situation thing. So I feel like they should have had a meeting and then say, look, this season you're going to be suspended, and left it at that. And if we didn't see him on the floor, we'd have been like, what happened to him? But it's like somebody cheating on somebody and they wanted to come out, and that's what it was. I mean, it's nothing to be talked about. People get cheated on every day.
Right.
It's just who they are. It's Neil Long and him. So
No, it's not even that though, Cheeks. Why do you think that this specifically? Because I'm sure there have been other entanglements in the Boston organization.
Matt Barnes said that.
In
He's
the
like,
Boston organization.
Oh, yeah. He
So
said,
why specifically this one is the one that they hang their hat on, that somebody has to be
I just think
suspended?
he did a great job last year. He's black, and his baby mama's Neil Long. So those are 3 big things. And it was already in the contract that you can't mess with any staffer or anybody on.
But nobody
on the team.
follows those rules.
And you're right. But you gotta know how to move. You can't be sloppy, and he probably was sloppy.
Why do you think this came out, bro? Piggybacking off what Cheeks was saying, why did this even come to? Why do we even know about this?
This is an inside leak. Cheeks, you're right. They say don't shit where you eat, right? You're not supposed to mess with females or be in any type of entanglements, but it happens. It ain't just Boston, it's every organization. Boston is a predominantly white community. This coach, in his first year, took the Celtics to the finals. And I believe All details aren't. I believe he was messing with somebody who was of importance to somebody in management, and they probably just got tired of it.
No, they said it was his travel.
They said a lot of things.
They said a lot of things.
And
That's
there were
what I
some
heard.
people-
That's the only one I heard.
There's some people, but I think that you talking about, well, you got to move. Obviously, he was moving pretty good because he had knocked off a couple of them, right? And he got Nia Long. So this came out because of who he was. He's an African-American coach in Boston, took him there the first year. They could have just fired him. If he did something that bad, fire him, let him go. But they didn't want that because they know another team would have picked him up, and they would have been stuck with where they're at now. And I don't really care for Boston. You already know how I feel about them. But they leaked this themselves and tried to say, oh, we didn't know. But if you didn't know, then how did it get out? First of all, because you already said for 2 months, I believe. They
July.
said
Investigating,
in July.
yeah.
So you already knew, and then you suspended them saying, hey, in June, we're going to revisit. Don't revisit it, just let him go. Or say, hey, he's a great coach, we need him, but he needs to pay his costs, we'll bring him back. But don't have him out there dangling, so that's where I'm at.
I think it's more to it than that though, because I don't think they could just fire him. Like I feel like
I think it's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot more to it.
it's a lot more to it, and the number one thing that stands out is, they said that he had a consensual relationship with somebody on the staff, which means that he broke the rules of the contract. But then that means that person also broke the rules of the contract, and they also said that whoever else was involved would not be punished. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? Like, how is one person punished but the other party that participated not punished? Does that mean that it was not a consensual relationship, or they just don't want to reveal who it is? They don't want to punish this person because they don't want to reveal who it is, because it may be somebody, maybe.
I don't think it was consensual.
Maybe an owner's. Wait, what?
They said it was consensual.
Just the fact of Matt Barnes' statement when he came out and did his little video. The first video, he was backing him up, and he came out and deleted. And what he said in the car, he was just like, "It's a lot more than what the media is putting out," and I really can't back him on it because what he heard, and he's like, "I'm not gonna say anything," but it's way more than what they're putting out. So I think it's way more than what we know. And he knows, of course he knows all the details, but I think it's more because he was like, yeah, I can't even support him on what he did because of.
But that's hearsay though. Because I got the same phone calls too. That it was consensual, but it was somebody's
what?
Somebody's wife, right? If it wasn't consensual, it would have been criminal at that point, right? Debt contract, you're up out of here. He abused power or something. They said it was consensual. I believe it was consensual, right?
No,
Okay.
he cute. So hey,
then that would be criminal at that point, right? If it wasn't consensual, that becomes force. That becomes rape.
They should just fire him because they're not gonna bring him back next year. So they should just fire him.
I think they can't fire him because I think he might have some dirt on somebody.
Well, they're gonna do something.
It's a lot of speculation, man. It's they put it out there, and it's allowed for a lot of speculation, which is why so many female names got dragged through the mud through social media over the past week, because they're not being very clear on what happened. There are a lot of people behind the scenes that know what happened. People that are in the NBA, players and things like that, they know what happened, and they're telling people, but they're not gonna tell media or anything like that.
It's gonna come out.
It's gonna come out because somebody's gonna run their mouths, man. And we're gonna find out exactly what really happened, and it's gonna be a totally different story. But right now, it's all speculation. But the Celtics are at fault because they put this information out, and now instead of just handling it in-house, like you said, they could have handled it in-house, said he's suspended for the year, conduct detrimental to the team.
Yep.
That would have been the end of it. We couldn't even have speculated about anything. People would have just been guessing, throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what stuck, and nothing would have stuck because conduct detrimental to the team could mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. So,
And who was the assistant coach?
Mazzulla, Joe Mazzulla, the one that's taking over.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Mazzulla. He's taking over for the Celtics for this year, and it sounds like he has the support of the players. He's been there for 5 or 6 years, so the continuity will be there. But this story, man, I mean, people were jumping on the MA, like, well, how could you cheat on Nia Long?
That's what I feel sorry for.
I mean,
I feel sorry for her.
How could you feel
Beyonce, man? Come on now.
What?
It's not like she's fine. Don't get me wrong, I like her, but it's not like. I mean, Jay cheated on Beyonce.
I mean, everybody gonna get cheated, no matter how much money you have. You know,
exactly.
how much money
So
you
why
have.
they tripping on Nia Long? Oh my God, like so.
Right. Like she
cool.
She a person too.
Sam, but she cool.
That's what I tell everybody. It don't matter how much money you have.
Hey.
You can get cheated on.
Sometimes, man, you know, your thing don't thang the way it used to thang, so you just gotta go, you know, get some more thang.
And he's the coach of the Celtics. I'm pretty sure they was throwing it out.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, Matt Barton,
In Boston?
he broke it down like this not the first.
It
You know,
ain't.
we got
It
trainers messing with players, and I mean,
Cheerleaders,
He broke,
I mean,
cheerleaders been old. It's his
but yeah,
magic.
it's gonna be interesting to see come.
Why
late
Magic
June.
catching bullets over here, man?
Leave Magic alone, man.
Oh my bad, y'all Lakers, my bad.
Golly, I forgot my
See,
train of
she
thought.
ain't
I'm
even
out.
right, man.
I'm out. But yeah, so
Well, if we get more information, we'll run it back again and discuss it. But for now, let's switch it up to let's NFL recap this thing, man. So
Yeah, let's NFL recap
Chiefs don't have
this.
a team, so we don't really have a team to talk about
her
here.
Seahawks lost. She
They
likes
lost.
Seahawks.
That's not my team. I
Waiting
like
for
them.
Odell.
I like the coach.
Waiting for
I'm waiting
Odell.
for Odell to hit a team, and then y'all can talk about me all day.
Because that's your, it's gonna be your
That's
team.
that's
Right?
gonna be my team.
What if he don't hit the team?
He's gonna hit a team. You need to hit your team.
We don't need him.
No, yeah, y'all need him too.
No, we
but y'all need
We don't need
quarterback.
him.
Who y'all need?
Thank you. You said it.
A quarterback?
Yes, that's what we need.
Yeah, he's the same.
But Woods. So what was it? Sunday night football, man.
Sunday night football.
What happened? You guys had the game.
I didn't see the game because I was hanging out with this guy.
Oh, well, you guys had the game.
But
last
I saw the
minutes.
highlights and we lost. I don't even know what to say. I know a lot of people were talking about Jimmy running in the back of the end zone.
He pulled a Dan
Dan
Orlovsky.
Orlovsky. That wasn't the issue. The late fumble killed us.
Mm-hmm.
And in Denver, you can't give them no chances. Your boy is there, one of your
No,
boys.
Denver played terrible. They couldn't catch a ball. They was fumbling. They played terrible. Russell went back to Seattle ways and brought them back the last couple, but
Yeah.
they was terrible.
We had a late fumble, and
Should've been a blowout.
Did you hear what she said though? She said they played so terrible. That means that your team
It was
played
terrible.
worse than terrible.
Yeah.
terrible. Yeah. I don't know.
Because this should have
man.
been a blowout.
It should have been. But we're talking about the Niners. Come on now. This is my team.
Y'all ain't
We
going
play to
nowhere
the
either.
level of our competition. I've always said that. We'll go to Green Bay and beat them. We'll go to Dallas and
don't
beat
know
them.
that either.
And we'll lose to the damn Broncos. So yeah, that was a tough. Just seeing it, I was like, oh man. And then I saw the highlights. I was like, oh Lord. So yeah, we lost with 1-2. I don't know how we're gonna get to 10-7. That was my prediction. It's gonna be a rough ride.
You guys are not real true fans. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'm a
used to
fan.
guys-
I'm a fan of our
Oh,
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all used to come deep with the shirts and the
I
hats.
had it on last week, you know what I'm saying?
I'm a
But
fan
this
of our
week-
podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna wear Laker hats too?
Huh?
Y'all gonna wear Laker hats?
Yeah, my Laker hat.
Oh, okay.
For sure. I mean, but you don't have no team, so you don't really have nothing to support.
We didn't
Just,
get
you just
NFL
need to
hat.
get like a hat with like Odell's face on it or something.
No, that's just football. Basketball, I don't have a team right now. I'm gonna get one though so I can talk trash. to y'all
Please,
this
thank
season.
you. Thank you. Just
it.
talking. You just are talking arbitrary
Might be
shit.
Brooklyn, because Ben Simmons
said
is
that
back, so I can
before.
wait.
Right. She was on there
I
before.
did.
You said Brooklyn before.
She
but
just
go ahead.
talking arbitrary shit. We could talk about my Raiders, man.
Yeah.
Raiders are 0-3. We lost 24-22 to the Tennessee Titans. And so look, I've been saying it for at least 2 years now, man. We need another quarterback. Look, people want to say Derek Carr is not the problem. People want to say Derek Carr is good. That's fine. Get him out of here. We need a new face. We need somebody new to run our offense, man. He's not the guy. He's not the guy that's gonna win games. Nobody's gonna listen to him. And he's out there throwing floaters every time. You know, a game on the line, you're throwing floaters every time and just throwing it up for grabs. Nobody's gonna. Who wants to listen to somebody that does that? Like you can talk all the tough shit you want to talk. That your actions ain't following what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So I need somebody that's gonna be in there and deliver the ball on time to the right target. And it's just not him, man. It is what it is. We're 0-3. It's not looking good. I think I said we were going to win 11 games, maybe 12, in spite of Derek Carr, and it doesn't even look like we can do that.
How many more games they're gonna lose?
I'm looking at Derek Carr's stats.
No, let's see who they play the next two Sundays.
Woods.
It's not his stats.
You can look at his stats, dude. His stats, he's going to be top 10. But in these crucial moments, when it comes down to win games, first of all, he'll help you lose. He'll help you get behind so that you have to come back. And when you have to come back, now it's up to him to either make or break, and he doesn't always make. It just is what it is, man. His stats are gonna be
decent
always. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said this today, and I said this a long time ago. He's his brother, man.
Oh my God.
He's his brother. That's really what it is.
Ooh, y'all gonna lose like the next two games.
Are you looking at the schedule too?
Yeah, you got the Broncos.
Okay, I'm looking at your schedule
and
too.
The Chiefs. And
you got the Broncos and the Chiefs. I think you guys can beat the Broncos.
We can beat the Broncos.
It's at home. Well, no, it's in. Sorry. No, it is. It's in Vegas. You guys can beat Denver. We didn't beat them, but you guys can. You're not going to KC or beating them, especially after Chiefs just lost, right?
They're not going to Titans. They're not beating the Titans.
No, but listen, they can beat the Texans.
We beat the Titans. I mean, we lost to the Titans.
They're not going to beat them.
They're going to beat the Texans.
The Texans are like.
Oh. Like what?
Texans.
0-3 too? Oh yeah, exactly what y'all are.
But then you got New Orleans in New Orleans. That's going to be a good game.
They're not going to win that one either.
Jacksonville, you guys can beat, even though they had a good win.
No, Jacksonville's good, dude.
Okay. Then you got Denver again. You got Seattle, the Chargers.
They got the Colts. They're going to beat the Colts.
You guys can win 7 games, man.
Not going to happen.
And then you got us. You probably beat us.
You're not going to beat the Rams. You're not going to beat the Chargers.
Okay, but listen to what you're saying.
You probably won't beat the Seahawks.
Listen to what you're saying. You're talking about a playoff team winning 7 games after acquiring.
Who's the playoff team?
The Raiders went to the playoffs last year.
Oh, you guys did.
You're talking about a playoff team winning 7 games after acquiring the best wide receiver in the game.
That's
they don't
what
throw
gets
him
me.
the ball.
He had only 5 catches the other day.
What? Chiefs.
Only, but
he needs 10 targets.
He should have went. He should stayed at Green Bay.
What did you say?
They don't throw him the ball.
Who's the quarterback? Chiefs. Chiefs. Who's the quarterback?
But the reason why they don't throw it to him because he's getting doubled.
Chiefs. Who's the quarterback? Yeah, but we got Darren Waller and we got Hunter Renfrow, so he's open enough.
No, he was.
He's open enough.
He can't have just 5 catches. And
I know.
And listen, I always stick up for Derek Carr, but there are times where you got to make a play. You got to. He should have. Devontae Adams should have 8 to 10 catches
per game
and 90 to 100 and something yards
per game.
5 for 70. Was it 5 for 36 or 5 for 70?
It don't matter.
Whatever. That's not enough.
But I'm gonna say this: he threw the ball to number 84 in the end zone, hit him dead in his hands, and he missed it. Okay,
let's talk about that play. Let's talk about that play. Let's talk about that play right there. Okay, number 1, it's not Darren Waller. It's number 84. I don't even know who that is. Off the top
but
of
he
my
was
head.
wide open.
No, he was not, Cheeks.
He caught the ball like this.
Cheeks. What happened? What happened after the ball went through his hands? What happened to him? Did you see what happened to him?
I don't know, but he caught.
No.
If it goes to your hands, what they say?
Cheeks.
Catch it. Exactly.
Cheeks.
That's all I gotta say.
Now let me tell you.
There's nothing else to say.
You don't watch football, but let me tell you.
I do. I play football.
But let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened. So he's running the route right here, right? He's coming in, and guess who's coming straight for him right here? The quarterback sees this. He throws it to him anyway. Dude is gonna, if he catches the ball, he's gonna get hit. Guess what happened? He got hit anyway. He got blasted, and he got put out the game for like I don't know how long.
No, he didn't. He came back. You were talking about a whole different play.
No, we're talking about the same play in the end zone.
He was next to Warren the next play.
No, he wasn't. Not number 84.
Yes, he was.
No, we'll have to revisit
Yeah,
that.
because he was wide in end zone.
Check
the ball
the tape.
through
Check
his
the tape.
hands, and I'm like,
Hey, he
oh
got
my
blasted.
God. That's
He
a
got
part of
blasted.
football.
It
What, you
is.
want me to touch him?
No.
This ain't
I-
flag.
Okay.
You signed up to get
Okay.
hit. That's what
Cheeks,
football's about.
cheeks,
Getting hit.
Cheeks.
Not
Was.
getting touched.
Quarterback leading you into a hit. They talk about that all the time, right? Going over the middle.
Dangerous.
Going over the middle.
He wasn't.
like
You're
going
over
talking
the
about a
middle.
whole different play. He
No, I'm
ran
not.
a straight, paused, jumped in the air, and the ball went through his hands.
Is that? Are you
He
talking
didn't
about
get
when
hit
it
after
got
that.
intercepted?
No, it was in the end
Oh,
zone.
then we talking about two different plays. Then.
And then he came back and lined up next to Warren
No,
on the
yeah,
out. I said,
yeah.
don't throw to number 84 because he can't
we
catch.
talking about two different plays.
Yeah.
We talking about two different plays then because that was
So I
the
was like,
interception.
touchdown. I was like, oh my gosh, he dropped
Hey,
the ball.
but I will say this: Hollins balled out.
Number
He's
10.
number 10.
Yeah,
he balled out. Balled out. I don't know
caught-
why he got so many balls thrown his way, but he balled
But
out.
he caught a pass. He wasn't even on the route. He was just standing there. He threw the ball and caught the defenders right here. He caught the ball. I'm like, he can
might
play.
be,
It's just y'all can't catch either.
He-
Because y'all actually should have won the game. They had penalty flags, but they weren't calling them on them. And I'm not a Raiders fan, but they should have won that
11
game.
games ain't gonna happen. I got y'all. Y'all can pull out 7.
They not gonna pull out 7.
I think they will. You do 7 and.
But how do you have a playoff team that regresses after acquiring the best wide receiver in the game?
I don't think the offense is good enough.
Even if Adams ends up being a decoy, everybody else is open.
Yeah, that's how Brandon Ayuk from our team gets open because Debo's always.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you see, Debo might have. Like
They got
6
Ayuk out
catches.
there looking great last year.
He's probably going to the Pro Bowl because it's kind of like, oh, it's fast. But even Jimmy G hits him. And listen, I like Derek Carr. Like I said, he's not on my team, so it's easier to like him. Like some people like Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm like, he cool.
No, he can't throw. His butt get tight when
Sorry, that comes
I'm
out.
sorry. He get real, crazy when it's
Hey, you got a lot of opinions for somebody that don't have no team, man.
I would
That's
say,
what I'm saying.
I said I like Russell.
So you a Broncos fan?
No, I don't. I just like Russell. I don't have a team. Never did like the Broncos. So that
So when OBJ comes back, that's your team. You're solidifying.
if he goes to the Broncos, I'm just gonna be a whole Odell
So now
fan.
you're changing up again.
I like the
Hey,
Rams. I like Odell.
Cheeks, do you have a shout out?
I want to shout out Derek Carr because he played a good game. They just couldn't catch. And he had penalties. I would say that because he was hitting them. He just had pass interference. You didn't even watch the game. You was at the bar
No, I watched the whole game.
doing
That
chingy
was
ching.
real. That was. That's why you put us on.
It's okay. Oh y'all wasn't supposed to be at the bar. My bad, wifeys.
What?
Talking about the police.
Wait, so do you have a shout out or not? No.
I just shout out Derek Carr. I don't have no shout
Woods, you got a
out.
shout out?
Unfortunately, I do have a sad one. Shout out to the family of Jalen Hill, who used to be a basketball player at UCLA, a Corona Centennial kid. He was his dad posted something on Instagram.
What actually
saying
happened?
He was in Costa Rica
Okay.
and he went missing, and then they notified the dad and the family that he was deceased.
But I mean, where did he go? I know he had.
Dad's not telling all that yet. So just rest in peace to that young man, 22 years young, 23 years young. And just be careful when you're traveling out there. That's it, man. And I do have a good shout out, man. Shout out to my boy Howse right here, and shout out to the crew, man, for having a great celebration of Chad's birthday. So shout out to the crew.
I got a shout out, man. Shout out Jason, Damian, Nate. Appreciate you guys, man. Shout out. I'll shout you out because you're waiting for me to shout you out. My daughter Kaylin staring at me. I'll shout her out. Shout out everybody that partied with us yesterday. We had a great time. And I had one more, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But as always, we always got to shout out Playmaker.
Playmaker.
Mount
Water for
up.
life.
Mount up. There it is, man. I'm Howse, Brother Woods, your girl Nicole, and we out, y'all.